welcome back to the Emberpelts, and things are going to change on here somewhat significantly. Dark Dragon, Namur, I want you to know I dislike you significantly. So I had a nice simple plan for what I was going to do here to build something that would generate an amount of power. Comments were made, time has been spent, and there is now a much more complex plan. And we're going to get to work on enabling that plan. So I've done some testing. If you saw my community post, you'll have seen that I've been doing some testing. And as a result of said testing, we need to do some building work, folks. We need to do some building work. And basically all of this needs to go. Well, it probably is going to get rebuilt, but I'm going to get rid of it because it's going to give me the freedom that I need to work around the fact that we are going to be making some significant changes. So, yes. And I will explain what we're going to be doing in a moment. I've also enabled the one of the mods that I think it was Namur suggested as well, which automatically disables Skyfog, assuming it has worked. So, yep. Right, let's get that in. That's going to, no, we're going to need to get rid of all of that as well, because we're going to need a bit more space around it. So, yep, you can go as well. We might as well let them get up on top of there to build that. Right, what does the plan look like now? Well, the title of the episode might have given it away. We are going to build a big old power cube. And one of the things we're going to do is make use of at least these two bad water sources. We are potentially going to pull in one of these. In all of the testing that I did, I could not get 5 bad water sources to behave doing things with 3 wide channels. You might be better at water physics than me and be able to do that, but I could not fit 15 CMS. Well, I could get 15 CMS to go in a straight line. I could not get 15 CMS to do a U-turn with a 1 block gap, and that was the problem. I could get 12 to do it just fine. I could not get 15. Just seemed to behave completely differently to 12 CMS. It was really weird. The same with it falling. With falling fluid, 12 CMS and 15 CMS behave totally differently. Because this is going to be a 3-dimensional power cube. So if you watched my, I think it was maybe update 6 experimental, where I did the Stackwoduct, we're going to be pulling from that a little bit. But yeah, falling 12 CMS behaves fine. Falling 15 CMS behaved really differently. And 5 bad water sources gives you 15 CMS to deal with. So, yeah. That was a problem. So we're going to probably stick with 4 sources. That's all set up, ready. In fact, there we go. We've got some pine resin coming, because we did run out of pine resin previously, which obviously isn't great. Hopefully this will be enough. If not, we'll switch some things around. Heck, we could even put in some more up here. We are working on enabling getting bad water off the map with this, and we might not need that in the end, but we'll see. We'll see. So step one is to move the source to a corner. And we're going to have to do that with an aqueduct, essentially. And that means we're going to have to lift the height of this up a level. And in doing that, I just want to check our dirt stores are not full yet, which is good because we're going to use a lot of dirt. We're essentially going to end up raising this up by a level and then another level. We'll use dirt for the first level of the find your words of the ducting. So it'll essentially be going up 2 levels because we were going to cut into this. Yeah, but it'll be okay. It'll be okay. And I'm not really sure what corner I want to move. It would make more sense to go into this corner because then we're closer. But in fact, it doesn't matter. So I did a whole bunch of designs around keeping it in the middle. And that basically gives you a lot of dead space because you have to keep working around the fact that you've got this tower in the middle. And I think we've got enough height that doesn't matter. So I think last time we went through, and maybe not, I'll do it over here so that the bots can't try and build it while they're placing dynamite. Just in case I didn't. I think I did. But essentially each level is 4 high. So we have like the bottom of the flow, we have a block, we have a double platform, and then we overhang. So each level is 4. I think I might have actually done this off. So each level is 4, and then this block, I'm just going to pause that bottom one. We've got a spare 3, 6, 9, 12. Right, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 22, 23, 23. So 23. So if we go up another 2 blocks, we've got 21. So if each is 4, I'm not looking at going. I've got room to build what I want to build. What I'm trying to say. I think I've got room to build what I want to build. It's slightly annoying because all of the designing that I did, and I might have to go and do some quick checks, because all of the designing that I did was from building it out from the center, and I'm not doing that now. So in terms of how many runs I got backwards and forwards. But we'll see how we get on. We'll see how we get on. It might not matter. Might not matter. But step 1 is to... Well, there's a few steps we need to do. think we need to discourage. You're just going to get stuck. You're just going to get stuck. In fact, we might have unstuckify, so he might not have got stuck. Yeah, we've got unstuckify. We need to finish the cube. Because it needs to be a cube. Well, not a cube. It's not actually square. It's 47 by 42. You know. Irrelevant facts for you. Basically what I want to do is, so if we put a 2 on top of that, and then go up the side with ladders, and then bridge to that, and then come out the top, and then while they're working on that, I want to that's annoying. I thought I could go over that much lower. So we will we will use 4x to build that then. There we go, and then we will impermeable floor. Oh, I've not used impermeable floors yet. Okay. And then we want to take it to that corner. So let's delete some of this random path. Don't delete that again. We've been there, folks, haven't we? Yes, yes, we have. It was stupid. I know. All right, delete that. Then escaping. Let me just go straight across. Straight across. And yes, the channel doesn't necessarily need to be 3 wide, but it can be, so it will be. We'll come across here. So we're going to go right into the corner. Like that. Actually probably would be more sensible if I rotated those. Probably would be even more sensible actually if they built those first. So let's come in there and come down there and do that. So let's run at a decent speed because this is going to take a while to get set up. So we'll do it sort of time-lapse like, and it probably is going to mean that I ignore lots of the rest of the colony. You know, that'll be okay. I will try and keep an eye on the pine resin. If I remember, I might forget. But, you know, that's okay. That's probably okay that we didn't get that bit of explosives over there as well. We'll just delete it. And we will delete that bit of path. There we go. Delete some of this extra path. There. 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 And we will get rid of that. And let's empty that. And they can now work on building all of that, which is awesome. And this district has quite a lot of spare bots again. So, because we've got a load of stuff paused. That's right, we'll just leave that just in case. I'm guessing they can't get those at the moment. They'll get to those once they can get on top of it. That'll be fine. So now they've done those, let's come across here and we'll put these this way now, because that will be more sensible. And let's bring the path down here. We are going to end up covering this whole thing with another layer of dirt anyway, but I just wanted to do this way because it lets us do a thing. And there we go, and there we go. And then what we want to do is come here, and we need to do that, 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 and back to the 6s, and that, and then we need our space to basically this is going to be a big tower, which kind of simulates our water source. So probably what we want to do actually is have some sluice gates, because they will let the water in. And then we can build our tower up from there. Guess it could probably be smaller. Oh, we can't put dirt on top of those, can we? Because we're not in that version of the game. So we will put levees on top of those. That's okay. By the time it's all done, it won't matter. Slightly frustrating, but honestly, it doesn't matter. Now, I'm going to be inefficient here. Probably. We're going to end up putting dirt in and then blowing it up. If that annoys you, well, tough. Honestly, I need to. Again, I want a fresh canvas to work from. The nice thing is we don't have the overhanging terrain, so I can do that. We are going to build up. 5 will be enough, won't it? Yep. No, because we're going to need to go even higher, aren't we, actually? So this is going to be too higher. Let's account for that. Let's put in those blocks of dirt. Let's put those. And then we want some triple platforms there. Double platforms there. We're going to have... Oh, do we go bigger? Do we go industrial? Let's go industrial pile. Let's go fuel tank. Let's delete you. Let's get the path. It's so hard to get some of these things sometimes. Let's put you there. Landscaping, dirt there. Path across there. Dirt, obtain. Fuel seems lower than I would have liked. Fuel seems kind of low. Hopefully that noise is not coming through. Beets. How are we doing? We were low on beets, weren't we? Let's set you to be corn as well. Yeah. Right, that's in. That's in. So I'm now going to delete that and all of that and that and all of that and all of that and all of that. And if this seems unnecessary to you, it's partly just how my brain works. And you're just going to have to live with it, I'm afraid. But yeah, I need a clean canvas for a project this large. This, I think, is certainly the biggest build I have attempted in a YouTube video. So I don't think I've done anything bigger outside of a YouTube video. So yeah, this is bigger than the Aqueduct. If you even watched those videos, and if you didn't, why haven't you gone back and watched them? Yeah, this is by far the biggest thing I have attempted to build. So, but I think it's going to be cool if I can get it to work. Hopefully, I'm a little bit worried that we just need to be careful. I need to be careful when I'm dragging the dirt that it doesn't go in there. So do that, that, that. We're going to need a whole bunch of paths, but that's okay. So, yeah. But I need to, so I need a clean canvas to work off of. The same way that I tried to create this before, basically. And if you watch the next Timberborn video, you'll see that I have recorded the videos out of sequence because I think recording this one is going to take me quite a long time with time-lapsing and things. So, yeah. We'll see. I'm mostly thinking that I'll probably end up running out of dirt. Which I know is probably frustrating that I'm placing a load of dirt to then blow it up. But as I said, I need... It's the way my brain works. We're probably going to end up removing the vast majority of this with explosives. But we can now, I'm just going to kick it up to maybe 20 times game speed and we'll see how this goes. So what I'm thinking, while these guys do get to work, the pine resin's going up quite nicely, which is good now. The fuel is going up as well, cool. So I was thinking about doing 4 layers. Above the base layer, which gives us 5 layers essentially, which means we'll use 16, which gives me a bit of room if I've screwed up. And the plan is that we will cut the first layer into what I'm putting down now. The only challenge with that is we've got this bit, so that might not work actually. We might need to put it on top of all of this anyway. Because I can't cut into this. So actually, this is not wasted. But what we will do is we will build the first layer out of I think dirt. So the first layer will come off of here. The only thing we'll have to work around is the fact that we'll have our water source in the corner here now. So this will just stay open permanently. And it might have been even neater if I moved it further and brought it off the back and had it come up the back. So that then these could just be perfectly neat runs. I actually quite like that idea. So that would look something like blasting that out for a start. Putting dirt in there. Deleting those. I guess those didn't need to be sluices anyway, actually. In that case, we could probably delete those as well. Yeah, that might be more sensible. As sensible as this idea gets, anyway. as sensible as this idea gets, because I've just had a stupid idea. But if it's stupid and it works, it's not stupid. I was just wondering why it's performing so bad. It's because I'm running the game at 20 times speed. Yeah. To be able to build those, we need a little bit of a one of them. And I don't know how fast we can run the game. Let's try 50 times, shall we? It's... Who needs more than 1 FPS, eh? No one needs more than 1 FPS. Really? That's a little bit too much. Can we do 30 times? We should be able to do 30 times, I thought. No. 40? 40 times. Try 40. Basically, I just want to run the game as fast as I practically can, so that we can get this done without having to go into a proper time lapse. They are getting through it. Oh, we're on out of dirt now. Okay. So we are dirt limited. We're beat limited, which is kind of annoying. How's the fuel looking? We probably... I keep dropping my mouse as well. Let's bung it on 10 times. Let's go looking for... what have we got? Insane amounts of... Got a lot of wheat. Where are we farming wheat? Where are we farming wheat? It's wheat, isn't it? Yeah. Is it really just that little patch there? So those are radishes. How many radishes have we got? Can't see the icon. Tomatoes. That's apples. Got 4,000 radishes, right. Not even going to bother. I'd be amazed if you can't hear him. My dog is deeply, deeply snoring away today. Until I just said he was snoring and then he stopped. Give them some path. Yeah, we will swap these over to be beets. Because clearly we need to be growing more of those. Actually, maybe we do the same with the lower level there. I'll get those yet, they can. Let's just get all of those ripped out and come on. Did I not? Come on. Get rid of you as well. Plant crops. Tomatoes. Beets. There we go. Too far. Okay, so we need to give them a bit of a path. There we go. We can delete that bit of path. Plant crops. Beets. Delete that bit of path. Plant crops. Beets. How far across do you go? all the way to the dance hall. Awesome. Right, that might help. What are you? What are you? You're a grill for grilled corn. Now let's turn you on. How are we looking over here? That's running at max capacity now. We probably could pause you because we've got lots of bots, lots of spare bots. And we've got some vacancies, okay. Main district has no bot vacancies. This district has some, so let's increase their minimum to say 55. There we go. They just needed fuel maybe, but anyway, back to running very quickly. And yeah. So what I'm thinking with this is we put the water column out on overhangs, which means we'll need to build it out of levees, but that's okay. And it actually puts it more in line with these. Not really actually, but you know, that'll make things more even. So more even is more gooder. But I'm going to let this run for a bit. I don't think I'm going to time lapse this because it's going to take ages. So I'm just going to let it run and I'll be back once they've put this layer in. Welcome back. It's been a little while. Actually, I've just been running the game on insane speed. I'm having some issues with bots running out of fuel, which is weird because we have fuel. So that's slightly confusing. But we've got most of this side done. And I've brought you back because we will be able to shortly deal with this little opportunity to move the water source off of the cube. And I've been thinking about how many runs we should be able to get because, as I said, I did all of my planning based around the water source being in the center. And I think we should be able to get 10 runs of going up and down the cube. I'll check that once we've got this bit sorted. It was quite interesting watching them build because you can see again we're quite low on dirt. As soon as they were able to do something like this bit, the amount of dirt just rocketed up, which was kind of interesting. One thing that I think we probably want to do, and I realized I've built this slightly inefficiently, is we potentially, in fact definitely, want to provision for storing more stuff up here. So we will rely on some janky bot physics to come in here and use the 4x so we can maybe build some slightly bigger storages. But yeah, they will, if we give them an opportunity to ease up on using the dirt, it very quickly fills up. So we're going to detonate that. And by going down a level, that allows us again to use the 6x platforms to come out of the back there. Actually, I should have done a bit more of that. We want to blast you down one more and you down two, so we can extend that out that way. And we probably want to be able to get into this. So let's, oh, we've got ladders, haven't we? I've been playing update 7 where I don't have the ladders mod, so let's do that. And that'll let us get in there. So we'll keep the game running at pace, I think, so that we can do all of this stuff. But yeah, so I've had the odd block which seems to get stuck. Let's give that some priority so they get that done. Yeah, the bots are back up to being fully stocked. The other thing that I thought it might be worth us doing, and we'll do that off of this side, is putting in some more builders' huts. So builders' huts are 3 by, aren't they? So do that. Two by. Delete. Let's just double check that. Builder's hut. Yep. Or did I just pick the wrong size before? I think I might have picked the 4 by before. No, 2 by. I've only played, you know, tons of hours of this game. There we go. Let's get those done as well. Make sure they're set to be bots, which they are. Because we've got plenty of them, so, and then we can do... Oh, I didn't go down far enough. Okay, one more piece of dynamite. That means that needs to be... and double dynamite as well. Yeah. Clearly, we're not going to get this built in 1, probably even 2 videos. This is a big old long-term project. But it's going to be a heck of a lot of fun getting it done. Yeah. I enjoy doing projects like this. They are a lot of fun. I don't claim to be the best at them, but no, I'll have a go. I'll have a go. And so I think now we maybe don't need the ladders because we can build that from up there. So they can go away. And then what we can do is... Oh, we actually need to be able to get the water into there, don't we? Yeah, that would be a good idea. Levees. It doesn't necessarily need to be sluices. I just feel like using sluices. I can make some dinner soon as well. I'm hungry. I really feel like something with lots of barbecue sauce, but we don't have any barbecue sauce, so that's going to be a problem. Storage. So we're going to need an awful lot of logs. That's why I did that. We are also going to need an awful lot of planks because we're basically going to be building a lot of planks. We're going to need a lot of metal as well. We're going to be building a lot of overhangs. So, think probably what we'll do actually is we'll use ladders to get up these, and then we can stack them. So planks, logs, and then we will start to prepare for the fact that we do need to stack them. So you can be metal blocks. Yep. We might even need to increase the amount that we're producing of some of this stuff. But we'll see. We'll see. I feel like it might actually be worth prioritizing building those and getting the haulers, bringing them over. I also feel like it might be worth us getting some more hauling going on in this district. Actually, that's reminded me of another job that I wanted to do in the other district. So we will have a look at doing that. There we go. So over here, someone pointed out on the suggestion was that we look at, and I'm going to need to get them to force import dirt because we will start having spare dirt. The suggestion was to begin to expand the area here. So, and it makes sense because these little warehouses are kind of useless for storing stuff. So if we expand this, we can build a bigger storage facility for getting the getting stuff to the district crossings. That was the word I was looking for. I was going to say transfer stations, but that's not what they're called. I don't even play any games where they would be called those. But, you know, if they're doing that, we might as well help them do that. So, yeah, that's all going in. And we can start to think about, and we need paths just to map it out for now. So that would be one set. I guess, yeah. I don't want to pause the game, really. I know how we could do it. Delete that. Delete that. No, because they might start building them still, because their beavers are annoying. Let's pause the game for a moment. So we're going to do triple wide. So we would do triple wide, skip one. 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 Could just use a 3 wide building, couldn't I? But like that, basically. So we would go up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. On our first run, which would be however many layers up, then we would go the other way. And I guess it doesn't really matter, actually, because the water's coming in off of there. And it doesn't really matter. We're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to get 10 sets of... We can get 10 runs of however many wheels will fit along there. So yeah, we'll get up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down. So we'll end in this corner. Then the next time we end in this corner. So each level we swap. So I'm just trying to think. So if I did 1, we would end here. Here. If I did 2, we would end up back here. If I did 3, we would end up back here. 4, we would end up back here. 4 sets of 5, we would end up back here. Which is what I want, because I intend to build 4 layers. The bit of me thinks that we should then try and send it through these water wheels. But I might do that just by sculpting the terrain down here. So yeah, this should work. So the very bottom layer will go that way. We'll finish here. The next layer, I'm doing this backwards. Okay, so bear with me. The next layer would finish here. Here. That's 2 layers. The next layer would finish here, which is 3 layers. Okay. Bottom layer. So top layer would finish here. The next layer down would finish here. The third layer down would finish here. The fourth layer down would finish here. The fifth layer down would finish here. What we need to check is that we can fit that many layers. So we go levee, double platform, overhang, power wheel, levee, double platform, overhang, power wheel, levee, double platform. I wish there was a copy and paste function in this game. Power wheel, levee, double platform, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yes, we can. And then how much space have we got above that? Oh yeah, we're good. We're good. So that gives us our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it gives us our odd number of runs. So that we end up coming out on the opposite side. So we are in a good place. Excellent. I am a happy man. So what we will want to do, and I'm going to move this piece of path to start facilitating that, is we will want to put dirt along here. Those bits of path might as well go. go. And 3 wide. So, yeah, we've made a start. So this is going to be a huge project, and I'm probably not going to show all of it because that's not going to be possible. What I did with the aqueduct is I would put in sections of the building and then I would go build them. Or we'd have a thing we needed to do in a different district that actually required attention, unlike this thing, you know, and I would do that while stuff was happening in the background. But yeah, it's this is a big jobby. So as the man says, it just takes time, folks, and we are going to, I mean, they've filled that one up anyway. I think some of these things we are just kind of full on. Some of these things we are going to want to prioritize them bringing over. But yeah, if you look at the things we are going to want to build while they do this, and you guys know this anyway, sure. Logs, planks, metal. Because we're still on update 6, logs and planks. That's most of it. We're going to need lots of impermeable floors, metal, and then lots of logs. Gears we will need some of for the power connections. So it wouldn't be a bad idea maybe to throw in that guy for gears. Because this should, and so because of the way the fluid dynamics work now, each level can be flat because water doesn't build up behind it, so we've not got to worry about any of that, which makes this way simpler than any of the complicated things that you know, you might have watched Skystorm do in the past, with having to account for water drop off or water building up behind stuff and all that kind of thing, and needing more of the weirs in things to speed water back up. That isn't needed. We can run this just fine across a huge area. So that makes life much simpler. That'll be okay. I can't think of the other thing that I was going to say. But yeah, we can have it be flat across each level, which is good. That makes it much simpler for a big project, like big multi-level project like this. I'm going to get it built initially like this, and then we will bring these other ones over. But I'm going to set it up based around bringing in 4 water sources, bad water sources. So bringing in 12 CMS is the plan. Now, I do actually, because I need to bring water up right from the bottom. This probably doesn't need to be as big as it's going to be, but it's just going to be as big as I'm going to make it. And sometimes it's just the way it is. We've got lots of logs. It doesn't matter that it's going to just be storing lots of water. That's absolutely fine. Yeah. what I should have done is paid attention to, we're going up 4 levels above this. So that's 16 levels above that. So I think 17 levels. So I'm going to, the way that I tend to measure really tall things, there are other ways. I know this is how I do it. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. The game might have built-in functions that let me do that. So with my brain, change happens slowly. This works for me. So that is 17 levels above the ground. Then what we're going to do is put in a big stack of levees next to it. Not that one. I'm just going to let them build up some dirt while they... Oh, stop clicking in random places. It's a little bit of dirt while they do that as well, because it does go up quite quickly. And we can also be throwing in some of these random bits that we need to do. And I want to delete that. And then the other thing that we need to do is get rid of those and put in this, not there. Oh, I need to be quick because they'll start building stuff. I already have. Yeah. It's one of the things I dislike about using dirt, and we're running on 20 times speed. Let's go to 10 times speed. Can't place it there. Delete those. Thank you. Go across that. And across that. And across that. And we need to come quite a way along there. And then I'm just going to... Let's just pause you for a second. Let's just get my spacing for the gap. Yes, again, there are tools that I can use to help with that. Slow to adapt to things. Why I don't quickly adjust a keyboard shortcut and all sorts of other things. Waiting for the results of some tests. So we can then come and delete a bit more of these paths. And then 2, 3. Let's pause those quickly before they start building them. There. Delete those. And you see that's giving us the opportunity to stockpile dirt now. Awesome. Our Tower of Greatness is in. So now we will just start throwing these in. Yes, I know the corners don't necessarily have to be there, but it would look awful without them. And building will be much easier with corners on the path for them to walk around. And yes, I know that they haven't built the impermeable floors in the bottom yet. It's all okay. Don't worry yourselves. Those don't want to be there. And then we are going to put in... That would be enough. No. Put in that. And then they will be able to build the impermeable floors. Put that in. And then we'll give them some path. And some path. And actually, if we did... delete. If we replaced that with a... the one we haven't done yet. Yes. Delete. Yes. We replaced that with a 5 byte as well. And we then prioritized those. I think that would let us build that all way quicker. Because it'll act kind of like the old bridge trick. We need to come along the bottom now. We did leave our 3 gap there. 1, 2, 3. And Helixtro. No, that one does need to be blocked in, doesn't it? Yeah. So this is why I don't like necessarily using dirt, because when you make mistakes, you have to use explosives to fix them. Not that that's a huge problem because we have explosives. Okay, right. And again, we need to leave a gap. 1, 2, 3 there. I guess if we wanted to be really extra, we could do that. And then prioritize those. Path. Higher than those. And then they can build all of that off of that. And that'll be even more. Speedier. I could have done even more, but it's enough. Right. And while they're doing that, we'll keep working on this. So, shoop. Oh, see, now I'm not sure I'm going the right way with these. I guess we can always fix this with a bit of exploding. I guess we are, because it's got to go that way, and come off the end. Yeah. ultimately, that's got to run. No, run it again. That's got to run to there. Likewise, that's got to run to not quite the end. Yeah, there we go. We can now start building stuff way quicker. I'm going to let them build the tower. And I think we'll call it a day. So we will speed things up. We'll get that built. Well, the physics is amazing, isn't it? So I want to ponder and double check I'm doing this right. Because obviously once we start stacking stuff up, it's going to be harder to fix. Obviously out of the top here, we will go the way this one's running. And I think we're right because the bottom is also an odd one, as is the top. But I want to check that before we lay down a whole load of stuff and before we then stack a load of stuff on top of it. Because that'd be bad. But I think this will be a nice start. Gives you an idea of what I'm thinking, hopefully. And yeah, top layer goes that way, and we could put in the start of the layers actually to make sure that we've got this bit right next time. Just because I'm getting kind of hungry. And they are building this nice and quick. Our stash of logs is doing good. And having these is, in theory, going to allow them to build this way quicker. If I do that, that should look better, actually. That should look way better. But yeah. Curious on your thoughts on this. I'm sure some of you have ideas on how we can stack in the 5th bad water supply. And whilst normally I say this is a let's play and I am interested in your thoughts, I've kind of committed to a design ish. I could not get the 15 CMS that's going to be going through this system to go round a corner. So 12 CMS will go around these 3 wide bends just fine. 15 CMS would not at all. I tried widening the exit. I tried making the bends, making this gap wider to the point where it was 7, and it didn't work. To the point actually where the flow at the extreme of the bend was 0. So yeah. I'm not sure if it's just a case that 15 CMS won't work with a 3 wide channel. I could be completely wrong. I don't know. But this is going to produce way more power than we need. It's going to be freaking cool, I think. I'm kind of excited to see what it does. From the testing that I've done, I think the amount of power it's going to generate is going to be stupid. I'm hoping that the testing that I've done scales properly, because I've done small scale tests because I'm not going to build this thing in testing. I wanted to remind myself about, you know, weirs and speeding water up. I wanted to check that that sped up water would go round these extreme bends that we've got. I wanted to check that it would fall because we're doing layers. And I discovered some issues with that once I got to 15 CMS, which is the 3 water sources. Sorry, 5 water sources, which is why I'm going for 4. And yeah, it's going to be interesting. Those of you that are better at TIMBERBORN fluid mechanics might be able to do 15. I'm not, and this is, as I said, by far the biggest thing that I've tried to build. I am not Skystorm. I don't pretend to be. Or, I mean, Zedek has some pretty awesome understanding of how fluid dynamics work in TIMBERBORN as well. I don't pretend to have that level of understanding even of real world fluid dynamics, because I think that might help as well. I tried to actually Google how you get real fluid to go around an extreme turn like this at high speed, and I couldn't find anything. So yeah, at this point I've decided that we're doing 4, not 5 water sources, and I think that's going to give us a pretty awesome power generator that's going to run continuously. So and this carbuncle on the side is the start of that. I'm really tempted to do a little bit more. Oh, let's yeah, I'm going to do a little bit more. Just going to let them finish this, and then I'm going to pause and ponder. Let's just let them finish building those bits. They probably got, yeah, the impermeable floors are built as well. Right. Pause. So we would have wheel, double platform, that, levy, wheel, double platforms. It's just, it helps me visualize. Visualize obviously because we're building it, but helps me think having it in front of me. And obviously building this is going to be a big slow process, but so that's 3. There we go. Next, last layer. Well, I at least got it to line up. So that's that. So if we think water's going left to right, right to left, left to right, right to left, left to right. So I am going the correct direction. I'm actually going to don't think I can draw an arrow in such a narrow space. But maybe the way to draw it as a one-sided arrow. There we go. Great arrow. Yeah, so we're going out of here to the right. It'll end up coming back to the left. Falling, going to the... So, going that way. It'll come back to the left. Falling, going to the right. Coming back that way. Falling, going that way. Yeah, that way. To the left, to the right, to the left, to the right. Yep, cool. And on that note, I am going to call it a day, folks. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. This is going to take so long to build. Not even sure how I'm going to build it, to be honest. But we'll get it built. And we'll have fun in the process. I do know that that needs to go away. And that needs to go in its place. Anyway, thanks for watching, folks. And thank you to the patrons and the YouTube channel members. And I will see you all next time.